What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance. This is season 4, episode 3, and the title of this episode is Mistrials of Marriage. Starting off with Colt and Larissa. So trial day is finally here for Larissa, and she says that Colt lied about what happened the night he called the police, adding that she feels betrayed by him. And in the next scene, they show Debbie drives her to meet her lawyer for trial. Let's move on to Chantel and Pedro. It's been a few days since Pedro refused not to go to the Thanksgiving dinner, and things have been tense between them. Chantel and Pedro in the next scene go to have a double date with some friends. At dinner, Pedro says that he plans to go back home for a month or so. They begin going back and forth in front of their friends, and Chantel says the way he's acting is embarrassing and disrespectful to her. Pedro says that he just wants to go and mess off. Let's move on to Russ and Pal. So Pal is very nervous for the baby shower, but decides to get her nails done with her friend. Perfect timing, right? Pal opens up that she hopes that she can fix the relationship with Russ's mom. In the next scene, his mom says that she felt that there's been a wall put up and isn't sure why. As time goes by, they all start to inquire where Pal is. Pal is 1 hour late, and I think that to be honest with you, she's stalling and nervous at the same time. Russ calls Pal because she's 1 hour late, and she tells him that she's letting her nails dry and wants him to not leave yet until she gets there. Russ's mom says that she thinks it's rude and disrespectful, and I agree. Let's move on to Elizabeth and Andrei. So Elizabeth meets her dad. He's upset about Andrei not having a job and not being able to support his daughter. I believe her father's thoughts and viewpoints on the situation are valid. It was foolish for them to get pregnant so soon with no plan in place and without him having a stable job or being able to provide. I think it's time for some tough love though. I feel like the father needs to go ahead and cut them off. Since Andrei thinks that he has it all and that he's gonna be the provider and he can do this and that, I believe it's time to make him show you that by cutting them off. It's tough love. Simple as that. So while Elizabeth is speaking with her father because they meet up to talk about a few things, to me she just seems very spoiled and entitled the way she's speaking to her father. So what would they do if he actually listened to Andrei when Andrei was at that baby shower or the gender reveal? If the father actually listened to Andrei saying, I got it from here, we don't need your services basically anymore, what would they do? Because they have nothing. And I understand him because he's giving you something and all he is asking for in return is for you to take good care of the home that he's allowing you to stay in for free, because after you guys leave, he has to then rent that property out. I believe it's one of his rental properties. She picked the wrong companion, the wrong person to do life with. Let's move on to Nicole and Azan. So Nicole is having a birthday party for May and is nervous to be around family because she knows they will all have loads of questions about Azan. Nicole's brother wants to know why she's not in Morocco, and she gives some stupid response. And so Nicole and her mom start going back and forth. Her mom wants to know what the next step is. She informs them that her plans are to vacation in Grenada with Azan. And her mom is like, didn't he get sent back home when you guys tried to go to South Korea? I think it's Korea somewhere. And Nicole is like, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen in every place we go to. Like, all her responses, she sounds so stupid and naive, and it's just pathetic. Let's move on to Ashley and Jay. So Ashley says that she's really stressed with her relationship, and she goes to a salon for a makeover because her self-esteem has been very low lately. Her friend and hairstylist says that she'd basically kick Jay to the curb if it was her. Later that night, Ashley goes to meet up with her ex, Mikey, and Mikey tells the camera crew that Ashley is the one that got away. Ashley says seeing her ex has really made her rethink her marriage to Jay. Let's go back to Chantel and Pedro. So Pedro says that he wants to hang out with other people and have a good time. Pedro goes to a park just to FaceTime his sister because he feels like he can't talk in his own home without Chantel listening and inquiring on what he said and what he was talking about. When he tells his sister he's coming for a vacation, his sister is very happy to know that Chantel won't be coming as well. Let's go back to Cole and Larissa. So Larissa's trial was dismissed, and Larissa says that she feels comforted by Debbie for being there to support her. Larissa says that she doesn't completely forgive Cole for calling the police, but wants to continue to try because he's her husband. Let's go back to Russ and Pal. So Pal finally shows up and she greets everyone, but when she shows up, it's very late because a lot of people start leaving. I mean, they have things they have to do, and they came there at a certain time to be there for her, and she's just now showing up, and her reason is because she was getting her nails done. She could have got her nails done the day before. Soon as she got there, she was kind of like eating on something a little bit, and they call her over to open the gifts. So she didn't like opening up the gifts in front of everyone, and she said it makes it seem like she was only there to open gifts. And basically you were. If you cared, you would have been there on time and respected other people's time who were coming there to show love to you. Russ's mom tells her that people came with the anticipation of celebrating her, but she was late. And that's the honest truth. People put time and effort. People have set aside their time to come and celebrate you, and then you're hecka late. So she just has to chuck that one up. I'm not in agreement with her on this. So comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think that Pal is wrong for showing up late? Let's go back to Nicole and Azan. Nicole says that it's really important to Azan that she loses weight, so she's trying to eat healthier. While at the store, she FaceTimes Azan and tells him her dad wants to meet with him. Let's go back to Elizabeth and Andrei. So Elizabeth returns home after talking to her dad and tells her husband about their conversation. Andrei says that he came here with money from Ireland, and I believe he was lying because the look on Elizabeth's face said it all. Andrei says that they're going to look at apartments immediately and are moving out of the house. He's very controlling, very hot-headed, and he's not a good communicator. He seems to be the type to make moves to prove a point without having a proper plan in place. Let's go back to Russ and Pal. So Pal discusses the baby shower with Russ. I feel like she really has no room to say what she said. She should just be grateful. She did get there super late. So what does she really expect? She felt some type of way because she had just got there and then people started leaving. Like, you should have respected the time that people set in place for you to be there, and you should have been there. I don't care if your nails were not done. My thing is, she could have got her nails done before she even came out there. She used that as a way to get there late. I know she did that on purpose because she was nervous. She was stalling. She was like, if I get there late, maybe Russ won't go out with his friends, because she was really feeling some type of way when he called her and he was like, we're already running late. Me and the fellas are supposed to go somewhere. And she kind of almost somewhat started getting a little snappy with him, talking about, don't leave until I get there. For her to bring this up to him, she needs to really be saying thank you and apologizing for being so late. Let's go back to Ashley and Jay. Jay says that he's been messaging Ashley for 2 hours straight and no response. She tells him once she gets home that she was out with Mikey, her ex. While they go back and forth, Jay tells her to shut up. I just feel like this, I know you guys will agree with me. If you don't agree, I don't see how you don't see this, but this is a fake couple. This couple is fake and it's ridiculous. They're acting for the cameras. I seen that at the reunion. I could tell when they was standing next to that brick wall that reminded me of the Maury wall. The whole back and forth, it just did not seem real. It was an act to me. They were putting on for the cameras. I don't believe anything that they say, nor their storyline. Let's go back to Cole and Larissa. So when Cole gets home, he brings Larissa flowers. Cole says that now that the trial is over, he's hoping that this will be a wake-up call for their marriage. Larissa says that she believes his apology is sincere, and she apologizes to him as well. Cole's hoping that they'll get a fresh start. Let's go back to Chantel and Pedro. So Pedro needs to reapply for his green card. This one would be for about 10 years. So he is planning to start a business because that comes up during their meeting, and Pedro has a lot of what if questions. Instead of seeking advice privately, Chantel begins to inquire about a few things as well. Even if they get a divorce, Pedro can still keep his green card and she would be responsible for him. I feel like there are instances in life where people try to tell you and you don't listen. And you have some people that listen to others, and you have some people that have to bump their head. She is one that has to bump her head. From the very beginning, her family has been very adamant. They probably have not gone about it in the best way. The approach hasn't been well. But at the end of the day, your family loves you and they want the best for you. And I feel like from the beginning, they've been trying to tell her something isn't right. But when you're blinded by love or what you feel is love, you just can't see it. So we've all been there where we've been some of us have been there where we've been a little foolish in who we chose to be with. And that's okay. This is just a learning lesson for Chantel. And ultimately, I wish her the best. I really hope that whether it's with Pedro or not with Pedro. So I need to hear your guys' thoughts on 90 Day Fiance. This is season 4, episode 3. Again, the title of this episode is Mistrials of Marriage. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about this episode. Don't forget to share this video with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified on the next time I make an upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.